Get ready for some seriously inspiring sewing room hacks that will totally change the way you sew. I rounded up 9 of the most genius, space-saving, and inexpensive ideas to help you get organized and actually get more projects done. We're talking upcycled food jars turned into the cutest storage, a clever way to keep your ribbon tangle-free, and a bunch more ideas that will make you say, why didn't I do this sooner? These ideas will make your sewing room your favorite place to be, and make sure you stay until the end because the last 2 are my favorites. Let's start with these gelato containers. I'm always looking for extra storage for my notions, and I love that this is an upcycle project. These are gelato containers. You can buy them at Walmart, really a lot of food stores. Most food stores will have these. They're super good, and I like the layered ones. They have like candy at the bottom and then caramel and ice cream and stuff. But anyways, they're the cutest little storage containers, and they have lids, which is so nice and handy. And they fit a lot of great notions. I have little clothespins in this one. Just washi tape, whatever you want to store in these. They're just a perfect size. And I also love them. They store glue gun mini glue sticks just perfectly. These look great on a shelf and are a great excuse to buy ice cream. So next time you're at the grocery store, look for these gelato containers. Next, let's dig into my bright yellow tackle box. Having a sewing tackle box in hand is especially great if you have a small sewing space, or if you don't have a permanent sewing space and you are moving it to the dining room and have to put it away later. A tackle box is wonderful because it has a lot of space for most things you need, even fabric, thread, and different notions. And also it's super cute and easy to put away. So when I got on Amazon, it came in a bunch of different colors, and you can also buy them at hardware stores. They're typically for fishing. Now they do sell them as sewing boxes. So the tackle box is a super cute, easy one to grab. If you're like me, you probably have 10 projects going on at once, and sometimes they get lost in my space and I can't find all the things I need for that project. So I started using work in progress bins. These are just super cheap bins. I got these at Walmart. The Dollar Tree has good ones too. You can put everything you need for one specific project in the bin. This is a quilt I've done most of the rows for, but I haven't sewn it together. There's some extra pieces here, and I just haven't gotten to it, but now it's in a bin. I know where it is, so I can pick it up when I have a free hour or so. Here's another one. This has the pattern pieces in the bottom. There is room. You can put any extra trims, rulers, notions, anything you need to just make it so easy to pick back up. You can stack them so they don't take up too much space. These are great because they take a lot of thinking out of getting started on a project. You can just go grab one and get right back into it. Next, I'm going to show you my mini bolts of fabric. This is my storage solution for yardage of about 1.5 to 5 yards of fabric. It's a great way to keep your yardage because it's fun to be able to look at it. You can just stick this on a shelf or even just have it in a pile. All you need for these are a piece of cardboard 12 by 12, and you can buy these pre-cut chipboard pieces. I'll give you the link in the description, or cut your own from cardboard. So grab your stack of chipboard or craft board and grab your fabrics that you want to stick on these little bolts. We're going to start with this star fabric. So open it up, and we're going to fold this as it comes off the bolt with the selvage edges together. So the selvage edges are these edges right here. Sometimes they have printed words on them, like the fabric line, and sometimes they just have little holes from production. So fold those in half again. So the fold of your original fabric is matching the selvage edges. And this is going to give us a really nice, perfect size to wrap around these cardboard pieces. Try to keep your fabric tight when you're wrapping it around. So I like to kind of give it a little bit over the cardboard and then just roll the cardboard around the fabric. Once you have all your fabric on there, I like to use 2 pins, one on each side of my fabric to hold it in place. Then go ahead and repeat until you have all your fabric ready and you can stick it on a shelf. I love this method because you can see it all, but it's also really easy to flip through and grab what you need and put it back without disrupting the stack. Next, I love little hardware drawers. I think drawers are so great for notions since there are so many small things in sewing. I got this at Michael's a few years ago, but you can also find them at the hardware store. So at the hardware store, these are great for nails and screws and stuff, but I filled mine with a bunch of different notions. Whoop! Whoops. More bobbin thread. I love bobbin thread. You can fit embroidery floss in here, more bobbin thread there, just extra pins ready to go. I have a bunch of safety pins in here in different sizes. I did at one point label these. This is actually buttons, but this one says thimbles and it's actually little patches. So I keep repair patches and then like this little butterfly patches in there. I like to have all my stuff visible, and this helps me do that because I can see through them, and I even have this empty space for my next notion that I get. My next hack, something that I thought of because I have ironing stuff all over my sewing room, but it's not in one place together. So I decided to put it all in a shower caddy. This shower caddy is from Walmart and it was about $3. You can find it in the home section. It's called a portable shower caddy. And then when I brought it home, I just filled it up with my 2 spray starches. Sometimes when I'm ironing, I use hem clips, so I put those in there along with Iron Off, which is an iron cleaner. I like to have my mini iron. I don't use it primarily, but it's nice to have on hand. And then also my misting spray bottle. This is awesome. I can just put it right back on my shelf and everything's ready to go next time I need it. Next, I have this plastic organizer that is commonly sold as a bead organizer, and I'm going to show you how I store my machine feet in it. You can pick these up at most craft stores, and some even have adjustable sections. I put my most used machine feet in this, and I even labeled the bottoms of each compartment with vinyl. This has saved me from the headache of shuffling through a basket of machine feet. If you have a bin of tangly ribbons, you need to try this hack. For this organizer, you just need a bin that has holes in the sides. So this is from Walmart. It's a medium decorative basket. And then you need some dowels that are longer than the width of your basket. So these just happened to be the right size for my basket, but you can also buy a long dowel rod and cut it down to size. Just for fun, I put some removable wallpaper on the bottom of my basket. So to cut it the right size, I just put it underneath and trace the bottom of my basket and then cut it a little bit smaller than that. And then you just stick the dowels in the sides of the basket, trying to match up the holes on both sides. And that is going to be how your ribbon is able to sit in there and also spin, so you can dispense it right from the basket. So I used about 4 of these, but you can use more or less dowels depending on the size of your ribbons. So load up your dowels with ribbon and then stick them in your basket. If you find that your rods are slipping into the basket, you can secure them with a clip or a large rubber band. After you've dispensed your ribbon, you can roll back the end and either secure it with a piece of tape or a pin. I love this because you can see all the ribbons and they will not get tangled with this method. And finally, my favorite is these little yogurt jars. This is the Oui brand yogurt. It is like a French style. It's actually delicious. It has fruit on the bottom and they're super nice glass. So after we ate them, I just cleaned them up and they are great for little notions. So here's what the little jars look like at the store. These are usually on the top shelf of the yogurt aisle, and they have little tags on them, little sticky labels, but the glass is so nice that we're just gonna peel them off. They peel off pretty well, but if you have trouble peeling them off, you can use rubbing alcohol to wipe off the goo. Just use a little bit of rubbing alcohol on a washcloth and wipe that off, and then you can go ahead and wash these with soap and water so they're ready for your notions. These are perfect for all sorts of things, from buttons to sewing clips, thimbles, safety pins, and so much more. I'm sure you can find a million uses for these. Let me know what you're going to use them for in the comments. Thanks for watching. For more sewing hacks that will blow your mind, check out the video above.